January 7th, 2025. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner O'Grady.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we get started, I'd like to take a personal point of privilege to recognize our prosecutor, our county prosecutor who has joined us today. Welcome, Prosecutor Favors. It's good to see you here. Hope you're going to be here on a regular basis. We'd love to have you. You want to offer any comments before we get started?
Well, good morning, and thank you, President Boyce. Is this on? It is not on. Is it on? Is the green light on? The green light is on, yes. Thank you and good morning to President Boyce, Commissioner Crawley, and Commissioner O'Grady, as well as staff and to guests. It is my honor to introduce myself as your new Franklin County Prosecutor, and I am thrilled to join this meeting today. This is a pivotal moment, not just for me personally, but for the future of justice in our community. My approach to leading this office is rooted in transformation, not just transaction. While holding violent offenders accountable, it is critical part of our mission. I firmly believe that we must address the root causes of crime and continue to invest in strategies that build safe, healthy, and equitable communities. My vision aligns with the incredible work being done across county agencies, and I am eager to collaborate with each and every one of you. I look forward to strengthening our partnerships, sharing ideas, and creating innovative solutions that benefit all of Franklin County. I am especially excited to embark on this journey with a commitment to transparency, collaboration, and listening. I'll soon be visiting with every division and agency to hear directly from the individuals who make our work possible. I welcome similar opportunities to learn from all of you as well as from your teams. And I am excited to roll up my sleeves and get to work with all of you. Thank you for having me this morning, and I look forward to building a better Franklin County for every resident, every day together. Thank you.
Thank you, Prosecutor Shayla Favors. Absolutely. Well, I know I speak on behalf of my colleagues and those who perhaps are listening when we say we welcome you to the Franklin County system in general. In its history in the making. This is our first female prosecutor in the history of Franklin County, or for that matter, the history of America, and in the first black female prosecutor. So you are not only breaking ceilings, but paving the way. In a few minutes, we're going to be electing our leader for the board for the 2025 year, and we'll be making history together as, for the first time in Franklin County history, we'll have the president of the board as an African-American female and the Franklin County prosecutor as an African-American female. And for those who might not think that's a big deal, I want to help you understand and think about the history of this country, the history of Franklin County. In 2016, I became the first African-American in the history of Franklin County to be elected to the board. Today, we have two African-Americans, and in just a few minutes, our president will be an African-American female, and our prosecutor will be an African-American female. If nothing else, it speaks to progress. But even more so opportunity. And so I'm really excited to see the growth for Central Ohio represented in our leadership in Franklin County. And that's really what your role and leadership is indicative of, as well as you, Commissioner Crawley. You're kind of old hat now. Yeah. You've been here a while, so you're not new to this, but at the same time, this is groundbreaking for Franklin County. And I'm happy to be a part of it, and happy that, and I know Commissioner O'Grady feels this way too. We're happy that we're part of the time when this has happened. It means something, and it means that we're able to move the needle a little bit, and that's what leadership is about. It's about, every day, that incremental progress, inch by inch, mile by mile, moment by moment, and that's what we try to do. So I don't know if any of my colleagues want to offer anything before we dig into this agenda real quick. Commissioner Crawley, please.
Yeah, Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome, Prosecutor Favor. It is an honor and a privilege to share space with you. Welcome to the Board of Commissioners. I won't belabor my comments. I said a lot at the end of last year to our agencies, all 35 agencies, to our staff, to our interns, to our volunteers. It is an honor to serve you all each and every day. As Commissioner Boyce said, that, you know, I do not take it lightly that I am in this seat, that I get to serve you all each and every day, and that I happen to be the first Black woman elected to this position, and then get to serve as president of this Board of Commissioners. For 2025, we will be bold and intentional about our initiatives, but it will take all of us. As service, progress, and excellence is on the back, I always say opportunity is what we do here. We provide opportunities for our residents to thrive and not just survive. The work that we have for 2025, it will not be easy work, right? But we will do it with ease. I know a lot of people are a little nervous about a new administration coming in at the federal level. That's all the time when we have a change in administration. But know that Franklin County will continue to be a steady hand, that we will continue to put our residents first, our residents' needs first, our staff needs first, and that we wake up each and every day trying to figure out how do we bring solutions to the table and work with all of our agencies, but especially the prosecutor's office, in bold solutions, right? And so I'm honored. I know we have to do a formality to for me to be the president, but it is such an honor and a privilege. I know whose shoulders I stand on. I know the people who paved the way for me to be here today. I thank my ancestors. I thank those who have forged a path before me. And I hope that, if anything, that my time here will be a pathway for someone else. I may be the first, but I definitely will not be the last. And so thank you for your comments. Thank you to my colleagues. I have a great gig. I get to work with two colleagues who get it, who wake up every single day looking for solutions for our most complex problems. We get to work with an administration. Thank you, DCA Bivens, DCA Long, to our clerk's office, especially our administrator. I put our administrator up against any administration out of 3,069 counties, 3,069 counties, I put our administration up against them, as well as our budget office. Thank you, Zach, for your leadership. But I'm looking forward to 2025. It's going to be an exciting year, but it's going to be an intentional and bold year, and thank you.
All right. Commissioner Grady.
President Boyce, welcome, Prosecutor Favor. We're looking forward to serving with you. And as Commission President Boyce said earlier, it is my honor to serve with all of you. I remember years ago, 20 years ago now, sitting with today Congresswoman Beatty, then House Minority Leader Beatty, at the old Claremont restaurant down on South High Street, having breakfast when I was the clerk of courts, asking her at the time if she could work with me and help me recruit some fellow Black elected officials to run for countywide office, because we didn't have any at the time. There was nobody at the courthouse of color. And she told me then, she said, we'll find them, we'll get them. And we got you to run for, I was trying to get you to run for clerk of courts, because I wanted to run for commissioner, and I needed somebody to run for clerk of courts, and he said, no, I'm not running for clerk of courts. But we got you to run for commissioner. And so now here we are, years later. And I'm very, very glad of it. So, and as Commissioner Crawley says all the time, we make a great team, and proud to serve with all you guys. Happy to now be serving with you. Welcome. So let's get on with the business of 2025.
All right, let's do it. All right, clerk, Madam Clerk.
Resolution number 125, resolution electing the president of the Franklin County Board of Commissioners for the 2025 term of the board.
Move approval of Resolution 0125.
You got to nominate.
Oh, I apologize.
You got to nominate.
I just assumed it was a done deal. I bet
It
you would
is,
think,
but, yeah,
oh,
it
that one's there.
They took your
You know
sheet,
what?
they took your paper, man.
You know what? I've done this so many times, you would think I would know by now. It's only been about the 10th time I've
Right,
done
at
this.
least.
I would like to place in nomination the name of Commissioner Erica C. Crowley for President of the Board for 2025.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 125 has been adopted.
Thank you.
At President Crawley's request and direction, she asked me to complete the meeting for today, and then we will change seats at the next meeting. So is there approval of the minutes for the November 14th, November 21st, 2024 briefing sessions, and the November 12th, November 19th, November 26th, and December 3rd, 2024 general sessions?
Move approval of the minutes.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Thank you. The minutes have been adopted.
Veteran Services.
Resolution number 225, resolution setting the compensation for commissioners serving on the Veteran Service Commission for the terms beginning on or after January 15th, 2025.
Good morning, Commissioners. Zach Talerick with the Office of Management and Budget. Pursuant to Section 5901.04 of the Revised Code, the Board of Commissioners fixes the compensation for the Commissioners of the Veteran Service Commission. The Board of Commissioners previously approved Resolution 10-16 on January 5th, 2016, to set the compensation for terms beginning on or after January 15th of 2016 at $10,000 annually. In an effort to maintain fair compensation with the range of peer entities and given the number of veterans served within Franklin County, this resolution would set the compensation at $12,000 annually for terms beginning on or after January 15th, 2025. The resolution also includes an inflationary adjustment beginning in 2029 at the same percentage as required for salaries of county commissioners. Pending any questions, would ask for your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or
Yeah,
questions.
I just want to be clear for the listening audience that these are commissioners for the Veteran Service Commission, not us. So we're not approving our own salaries. And if I recall, the last increase for our veteran services commissioners was in 2016, I want to say, so almost 10 years ago, 9 years ago?
That is correct. And again, and they're treated as officers like elected officials, that they cannot have an interim increase. So this new rate would not start for all the commissioners until their new terms start. So it would only impact the commissioner whose term starts January 15th of this year, and then will be phased in over the next 5 years.
Sure, okay, thank you.
If there are no further comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 0225.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 225 has been adopted.
Thank you, Economic Development and Planning.
Resolution number 325, resolution authorizing the Franklin County Administrator to execute on behalf of the Franklin County Commissioners the attached discharge of mortgage instrument and release of restricted covenant for Danny C. Carmen at 968 Bernhard Road, Columbus, Ohio 43213.
Good morning, Commissioners, and
Morning.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Emmanuel Torres, Assistant Director of Economic Development and Planning. Danny C. Carmen received a housing assistance loan on February 7th, 2013, in the amount of $13,416.51 from the Franklin County Board of Commissioners. The borrower further executed a restricted covenant filed of record on February 11, 2013, in instrument number 201302110024077, to be placed in the chain of title or the subject property in order to comply with the requirements of the NSP2 guidelines. Based upon the receipt by the borrower of the monies made available by Franklin County, the housing loan has been satisfied. The property taxes are paid in current and require authorization by the Franklin County Board of Commissioners to release and record. Pending any questions, we respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
Commissioner, may I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Joy Bivens, Deputy County Administrator of Health and Human Services. I know we do discharge of mortgages frequently, but thinking about all of our housing tools and resources to ensure folks stay at their homes, is this a program, this discharge mortgage program, is it still active? And if it is this something that we put out to the community?
I will need to gather information and get that response to you. We'll
Thank
make
you.
sure to do so by end of the day today.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
That's a great question, D.J. Bivens, because I just assumed it was. I assumed we were actively doing these, because I've been here since 2017, and we've been doing them all the time, so I'm surprised that we don't know.
Commissioners, on behalf of Prosecutor Favor, Janine Hummer, First Assistant and Chief Counsel, as you know, that part of this program has been when these liens come before the commissioners, they are referred to our tax division, they run a check, they look at the promissory note. This particular program that involves MORPC and the county commissioners is not active. However, there are other programs that are out there to assist residents in Franklin County to obtain assistance for their rental property. But this program right now is not active.
Okay, wow, I didn't know that, okay.
If there are no further comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 0325.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Crowley?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 325 has been adopted. Resolution number 425, resolution authorizing the Franklin County Administrator to execute on behalf of the Franklin County Commissioners the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Julia Groves at 2044 Agler Road, Township of Clinton, Ohio 43224.
The Franklin County Board of Commissioners operated a home loan program for home purchase and improvements. Through that program, Julia Groves received a housing assistance loan on August 9, 2010, in the amount of $3,313. The terms of the above-mentioned housing loan have been satisfied. The property taxes are paid and current and require authorization by this board to release and record. Pending any questions, I request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 0425.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Crowley?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 425 has been adopted. Resolution number 525, case number ANX-20-24. Review of petition to annex 1.837 acres more or less from Mifflin Township to the City of Columbus.
Commissioners, this next resolution is to consider an expedited Type 2 annexation petition. It is 1.837 acres approximately from Mifflin Township to the City of Columbus. The area to be annexed, as described in the petition, includes Franklin County Auditor's Office parcel IDs 190-003-146, 190-002-127, and 190-001-934, located on Morse Road. Approximately 94% of the site's perimeter is contiguous to the City of Columbus. The city has passed an ordinance indicating that services will be provided once the annexation is approved. The petition meets all statutory requirements outlined in Section 709.021 of the Ohio Revised Code. And pending any questions, I request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 0525.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Crowley?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 525 has been adopted. Resolution number 625, review a petition to annex 161.8 acres more or less from Washington Township to the City of Dublin. Case number ANX-21-24.
Commissioners, our last resolution for you, in front of you today is to consider a municipal annexation petition. This is for 161.8 acres approximately from Washington Township to the City of Dublin. The area to be annexed, as described in the petition, includes Franklin County Auditor's Office, parcel IDs numbers 271-000006, 271-000016, 271-000001, and 271-000009, located on Dublin Plain City Road and Houchard Road. Approximately 21% of the site's perimeter is contiguous to the city of Dublin. The city has passed an ordinance indicating services will be provided once the annexation is approved. And the petition does meet all statutory requirements outlined in section 709.16 of the Ohio Revised Code. Pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval.
How many zeros was that again? Sorry.
I was saying
Happy
to Commissioner Crawley, I said, all
2025.
right, we don't have to read those zeros anymore.
Duly noted, thank you.
Okay.
If there are no further comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 0625.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 625 has been adopted.
Thank you, and have a blessed rest of your day and great
You-
year.
You too.
You too.
Public Facilities Management?
Resolution number 725, resolution authorizing a contract agreement with Elford Incorporated to provide construction manager at-risk services, including pre-construction services associated with selective renovation and new construction for the Franklin County Critical Master Plan Implementation Project Bundle 1 in the amount of $85,540.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration, and welcome to Prosecutor Favor. Darla Reardon, Director. Haven't had practice for a while, I guess. Request for qualifications number 2024-0334. Requested submissions from interested parties with proven experience to provide construction manager at risk services associated with the selective renovation and new construction for the Franklin County Critical Master Plan Implementation Project Bundle 1. 5 submissions were received in response to the RFQ, and 3 firms were shortlisted to the request for proposal phase. Elford Inc., a local firm, exhibited that it has the capacity, qualified staff, and resume of work experiences to provide the required construction management services, including pre-construction services. The objective is to provide construction manager at risk services, including pre-construction services, related to implementation and space enhancements for Project Bundle 1 that includes 900 Hague Avenue for the 911 Communications Center and the Sheriff's Operations Center, lobby and interior renovations at the Department of Job and Family Services East Opportunity Center, Sheriff's Office jail records, the Family Stabilization Unit in the Michael J. Dorian Building, and the One Door Initiative. Future amendments are anticipated for the construction services phase associated with this Project Bundle 1. There is an established 15% SEBE aspirational goal, but Elford Inc. has committed to achieving 20% on this project. PFM appreciates the assistance provided by the Purchasing Department and the Prosecutor's Office with this contract. Additional project bundles will be coming forward this year as we continue to advance the implementation of the county's master plan and other commissioner priorities. Pending any questions, PFM respectfully requests your approval of this contract agreement for pre-construction services with Elford Inc. Thank you.
Commissioner, if I may.
Please.
Joy Bivens, Deputy County Administrative Health and Human Services. I want to just take a moment to thank Darla, her team, purchasing, Megan, for all that you do as it relates to the facilities. I know that the One Door was kind of like a big lift at the last second in some moments. Thank you, Chris Long, as well. But aesthetics matter, right? Aesthetics matter when our residents are walking in, and you all have gone above and beyond to ensure that the One Door is top tier, and we are excited about the grand opening. We are excited about what you did on the 10th floor for our residents that are walking in from the juvenile court and their families, and all the work that will be done at Job and Family Services and all the things. But you all just stepped up for us in ways and just really just did it for us. So thank you so much, and we really, really, really appreciate it.
Thank you, and it's a team effort, and we'll certainly take that back. And we
And I'm
don't.
happy to be in Bundle 1. I think I got some in Bundle 2, too.
You do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Administrator Wilson, I have a quick
Oh,
question.
Administrator Wilson, please, I'm sorry.
Kenneth Wilson, County Administrator, President Crawley, Commissioner Boyce, Commissioner O'Grady. Darla, who is going to be working with Alford to work on minority outreach and small business, emerging business outreach on this bundle? Of course, I will expect that our Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion is working closely with you to do outreach events, because certainly we want to exceed the 20% that Alford has set as a minimum for SBE participation based on other projects we've done where we've exceeded that number.
Well, certainly we'll be working with our county team, meeting regularly with Elford, the purchasing team, the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. And within Elford's team, I think some of you may recall Denise Gilliam, who heads their minority business participation, SEBE participation. And again, there's a 15% aspirational goal in this project, and Elford has upped that and would like to commit to 20% on the project. Certainly it'll be a continued focus.
Commissioner Boyce, if I may.
Please.
Commissioners, and to your point, Ken and Darla, we will make sure that we are actively involved in those conversations as part of the outreach process as well, because that's critically important early on as the packages are developed. With construction manager at risk, we do have typically some additional opportunities for small and emerging businesses to participate, but that requires active conversation with how those packages are bundled.
Thank you.
But we definitely will. And I did want to, in addition, highlight Jesse Armstrong in the prosecuting
Yes,
attorney's
definitely.
office, who was heavily instrumental in getting this across the board this morning. And finally, while I have the microphone, thank you to Darla and Vivian and team for all the work they did in the wee hours of the morning yesterday in bitter cold, getting the sidewalks and parking lots and others ready for the public, for the offices that were open to be able to participate in the facilities. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I would just add, with the SEBE participation, consistent with our other projects, as we bring the GMP amendments forward along the way, we will continue to report to the board the data related to the SEBE participation against the established goal, aspirational goal, and report that.
Great, thank you. Did we pass this?
No.
Okay, so is there a motion?
If there are no further comments or questions, I move approval of Resolution 0725.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 725 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 825, resolution authorizing appropriation adjustments for providing salary and wage increases to non-bargaining employees.
Good morning again, Commissioners. This resolution would authorize a transfer of general fund appropriations in the amount of $4.8 million and supplemental appropriations in the various non-general funds in the amount of $5 million for entities to provide non-bargaining increases during 2025. The first component is equivalent to $1 per hour for each full-time non-bargaining employee. This is approximately 3% for the average salary and is in line with the annual increases in the county's bargaining unit agreements that have been authorized by the Board of Commissioners for 2025. The second component is an additional adjustment for appointing authorities to deal with issues of wage compression and/or provide merit increases. The amount allocated is provided on a sliding scale based on a ratio of the appointing authority's average salary included in the 25 budget with the county-wide's average. Pending any questions, would ask for your approval of this resolution.
Does that cover other elected offices like the clerk's office too?
That is correct. There's a total of 20 appointing authorities, including the commissioner. So this would include the clerk of courts, the prosecutor, the engineer, as well as the levy agencies, BDD, Children's Services, Adam H., Public Defender. So this is all countywide across all 35 agencies.
Outstanding, okay.
All right.
Is there a motion?
No further comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 0825.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
No, I'm just kidding, yes. Just want to see if y'all are awake, just want to see if you're awake. Just testing you. So, yeah.
They get a raise, we didn't get a raise.
Right,
They
yeah,
failed.
right, you know, that's why I was voting. My vote is yes.
Resolution number
Look, everybody
825 has been adopted.
People were half asleep, they woke up right away, man. Jeez. Just testing you out, just testing you out.
By the way, I noticed the, what is it, Senate Bill, is it Senate Bill
Yeah.
1? They're voting, they're putting forth a pay increase for their employees. So,
I was gonna make a comment to that, but I didn't. Okay.
Resolution
Please
925, resolution appointing the Franklin County Apiary Inspector for 2025.
Commissioners, this resolution would reappoint Nina Bagley as Apiary Inspector for 2025. Ms. Bagley has served in this role since 2021, and last year she inspected 239 apiaries that supported 638 bee colonies. Pending any questions, I would ask for your approval of this resolution.
I just want to see if the prosecutor knew that the county is responsible for regulating beehives in the county. Yeah, I didn't, and I think it's crazy, but yeah, that's what we do.
Every county in Ohio.
Yeah, that's what we do. But yeah, the beehives, okay.
It matters.
It does matter.
It absolutely
Colony
matters.
collapse disorder, it's a big deal.
Yeah, you know, if
We used to
the
have.
bees died,
Well, I will say
we'd
this.
all be in trouble. We'd
We
die.
used to have a lot more involved conversations than this one at the Board of County Commissioners about
the
colony
bees?
collapse disorder. So I don't want to make a big joke out of it, but we did have a lot more involved conversations than this.
But Nina is excited. She is always happy to talk about
I know.
bees and the bee colonies and, you know, how that factors into, you know, survival and other animals. So, yeah, regulate that. All right.
Gotta save the bees.
Have to.
All right, if there are no further comments or questions, I will move approval of Resolution 0925.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 925 has been adopted. Resolution number 1025, resolution authorizing the county administrator to approve purchase order batches during the month of January 2025.
Good morning, Commissioners. Chris Long, Deputy County Administrator, has stated this resolution would authorize the county administrator to approve purchase order batches during the month of January 2025. This authority will expire on January 31st, 2025. All purchase order batches would need to be pre-certified for available funds by the county auditor and approved as to form by the purchasing department. Pending any questions, would recommend your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 1025.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 1025 has been adopted. Resolution number 1125, resolution adopting a policy for the use of electronic signatures for the Board of Commissioners.
Good morning, Commissioners. Janine Hummer on behalf of Prosecutor Favor, First Assistant, Chief Counsel for the Civil Division. Taking you back to the COVID era where you had approved the electronic signature process using DocuSign, and taking you now to 2025 where there are multiple platforms for electronic signatures. What this does is expand the opportunity for the county commissioners to use other platforms for electronic signatures. Those platforms will still need to be approved through the data board, so there are protections to make sure that they are consistent with the terms and conditions as set forth by the data board, but you will have other opportunities. I'm going to remind Commissioner Crawley of her challenges recently with DocuSign and the somersaults we went through to allow for her to exercise her signing authority when DocuSign did not work. This allows us to have those opportunities so that you can always sign documents and contracts in a timely fashion. Pending any questions, I'd ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 1125.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 1125 has been adopted.
Okay, are there any generalizations?
Yes, there is one. The document that has been presented to each of you today has been provided to your offices via email and is being journalized as required under Resolution Number 68323, the no-cost amendment resolution. The clerk's office has been tracking each contract that is signed under this authority, and the list provided to you will be captured in today's meeting minutes.
Okay, are there any questions from members of the media? Okay, seeing that there are none, that concludes our meeting. Have a good day, everyone.
Happy Tuesday.